Alright, let's take a little walk. Let's see. I've got the body cam on, which actually does a pretty good job if I set it right. Well, it's not even that I set it right. It sets up really quick, actually. However, sometimes I just don't pay attention. Let me keep this door open. Nice out. Let me take you over here. We're not done yet. We still have to do a little straightening here and there. The camera may be a little wobbly because I just have it hanging. It's not really affixed to a permanent type of garment. Now, as much as that may look crooked, believe it or not, it's straight. This was all done with a level. Yeah, right. Looks crooked as all hell though, doesn't it? But the only thing that may be crooked that I didn't level is the top part. I just cut the posts the same length and put them there. So naturally with the ground being off, it's going to be off. So, but now if I straighten out the top, the whole stairs will be crooked. So I'm just going to leave it alone. Like I say, it's just for the boys to play on or jump on and go in. So they can go in there or hang out over there. And they've already been up and on it, running around on it, and so on. The only thing I got to do is I want to put a little bit of a border around it, about a foot high. Because when they all get up here, they're all kind of pushing one another. So, and Nikki is the only one that can really jump off of this thing. So at that point, I want to make it so that they're not going to fall off it. But that's not going to be a big deal. That I'm just going to leave it like it is because they kind of just dig and lay under it. They like it just like it is. So I'm just going to leave it like it is. You know, like I say, next year this will all be taken down anyway, be moved around and changed, and something else will be put up. I made the steps large so that Duffy or any of the boys can lay on them if they want, and yet give them enough room to get up and down. Duffy being a little overweight, well, a lot overweight and sick at this point, you know, just wanted to make it easy for him. So, but meanwhile, that's where we're at. Not a big deal. Like I say, it's just a little messy thing. I got to prime all this. I didn't prime it. I should have primed it ahead of time so I can get underneath and everything, but I'll just put a good coat of primer on the top and let it settle in, and put another coat of paint over it. And then I'm going to throw some playground sand in it to rough it up just a little bit for them so they don't slip or slide off it. Now, the other day, Ron, over there at Wally World, Wally 66, was working on his trailer, and I told him, oh, gee, thanks for reminding me because I got this trailer. And this trailer is probably close to 10 or 12 years old. The frame is fantastic on it, so I ain't worried about the frame at all. However, you may not be able to tell, but these boards are all rotted out. I mean, like rotted to the point to where in spots I can actually just put my finger through it. Like I say, probably, oh, there's a spot right over there, see it? So, and it's, I mean, that's a spot that's really, really bad, but they're all weak. Every time I drive the tractor up on this thing, I'm thinking, okay, what's going to go through, and is it going to make it? So, I have to replace all these planks, which I knew I had to do, because, let me see, the tractor is 12 years old, so this is at least 10, more like 11 years old, and it's been out, so considering it's in good shape. So I'm gonna have to get some more pressure treated and take it from there. So that's going to be a job and a half, because I don't know, they're torque head screws, but I don't know how they're bottomed in. Okay, they're just torqued through. So hopefully they'll just come right out. No nuts on the bottom. So, like I say, the trailer itself is in great shape considering, it's been out in the age. Tailgate still works, lights all work. Yeah, it's in good shape. Rubber's still good, no dry rot. Considering it, like I say, I've had it out here for minimum of 10, 12 more like it. This is the one that I put the winch on it. And it has a plug down here that plugs onto 2 posts on the back of the van. Switch for it is in there. That's a pouch that's made out of canvas, and then I treated it 100 times, so the switch is in there. And that's what runs this thing. So I should run it once in a while. I haven't really run it in a while. It's a 2,000 pound. The only reason why I did this is not so much for, just to have it or pull things up, other than the tractor. If the tractor stops running, there's no way I'm going to get it up here. So at least with this, it's just getting the trailer to wherever the tractor is, which shouldn't be a big deal. And then at that point, I can pull the tractor up. So that's why I put that on there. I'm going to leave that open for a few minutes. I got these batteries that I got hiding over here. These are all scraps. So eventually I got to get these to the scrap yard. I'm just waiting. Like I said, they don't do anything over here. They're not eating. You're not really seeing them. It's, the far side of the yard. So they just sit there. I will turn them over though, so that they don't fill up with water. For 2 reasons. One is I got to load them on a trailer and I don't want them heavy. The other reason is I'd rather take them down there empty so they don't think I'm beating them. So basically when I do take batteries down to the scrap yard, I put them on the trailer, the little trailer over there, upside down, so that if there's any liquid in them at all, it already run out. I don't have to worry about it. But I won't take these down until the price of brass goes up, because I've probably got a couple 100 pounds of brass. So, casings. And the last time I checked, they were like 91 cents a pound. And the last time I sold any, it was like $1.50 or $1.60 a pound. So once they go up a little bit, I will take all this crap down there. So there's my rock, my mountain. There's still some tree up there I got to cut down. Actually, there's probably a whole, oh geez, I just noticed it's falling over here. Oh geez. That tree actually is probably, once I cut it up, I probably got the whole next winter to burn. But I just noticed, see, this tree uprooted back about 4 years ago. And I just noticed now that the rain and everything is starting to rinse off it, and the weight is changing. I noticed that it's starting to hang on the fence right there, and I don't want that. That's a big big root. So I think what I'll do is I'll come up here with an old chain and cut that off there, so I don't have to worry about it resting on the fence. Like I say, if it takes the fence down, I'm screwed. And the root itself is actually way too big for me to move with my tractor. There's just no way it's going to happen, so I'm going to have to deal with it piece at a time. And with all the sand in there, it'll wreck the chains, you know, the blades. So what I'll do is I'll wait until I get down to where the chain needs to be somewhat sharpened, or one that I've already sharpened 2 or 3 times, and then I'll just use that and cut it off and throw the chain away when I'm done. So, and a little at a time. See, I keep waiting for more and more sand to get washed out of it, but it looks like it's becoming a vegetable, not a vegetable, it's becoming a place for things to grow. I see moss growing on it. I don't know. Like I say, my tractor is no way big enough to move this thing. No way. So, and then over here, this originally, or will be, right here, what's that? A couple of quarry engines. This part right here is going to be eventually, well, may or may not get done now. I wanted to make this a walkway, a little stairway, made with some stone slabs to get us to the top. Because on the top of this thing, believe it or not, it's flat. And I was going to put a small, like a picnic table up there with a little, what do you call those little canopy things that you sit in or sit under, like a little screen house. And run power up there even. Because I got power all over the yard, so it'll be nothing to run power up there. And this here way, if the wife and I wanted to just sit up there while the boys are playing, we can. Get a nice breeze. And look out over our homestead. So, I got to get down there with the tractor. That's my next step. Getting down there and getting this all straightened out. Haven't done it in a couple of years, so I got to get down there and get it done. I'm going to take you over there, show you what I'm talking about. The guy did his lawn over there. I don't know if you can see the shut-off point. See the flag, the hole. The guy plays, well, he uses it as a driving range. He's probably a few hundred feet up, and he hits the balls down here. So he kind of uses it as a little golf course. But all that roughage is mine. I got to get all that cut, and I want to get all this cut, not so much cut, but cleaned up. And this was a lot of old wood that I really don't feel like burning it. And plus, it's got a lot of that creosote in it. I think what those were at one time, they were all part of a dock at the marina. And when they were going from the wood to the concrete, you know, they were just giving away these planks, and they were all in good shape at the time. So I said, well, geez, I can cut those up, bury, you know, a foot or so in the ground, and have a nice little fence, or like a retaining wall in the front of the house, which I did, and it looked great. It really did. But as you can tell, they started to rot over the years, and last year I pulled them out. So what I'm going to do is I'll dig a hole. I'll just bury all of it and then cover it up and get all this cleaned up down there. Yeah. So actually now's the time to really do it, because I can see where the hell I'm going and get it done. The fence, I want to get the fence up eventually to fill in all this that you see, all that deep stuff, get all that done. You know, all the way up and around the mountain, and get all this all fenced in. However, the wife made a good point. She says, if we fence it in, we're going to have to start cutting it. You know, meaning basically cutting the lawn. Okay. Well, then I told her, well, we can just fence it in, let it grow wild. You know, the boys can run through there. They get their flea and tick every week or every month. You know, let them, as long as it's fenced in, let them run through there, chase the wildlife around and be animals, you know. So I don't know, we'll see what happens, one thing at a time. So Alright, anyway, that's where we're at. I started to show you a little bit about the dog thing, and I ended up walking around the yard with you. But I'm testing this little body cam at the same time. I'm holding it to stop it from rocking too much, but you still may see some jerking around. This is our bamboo, and luckily we have bamboo that grows up here. Because it was many years ago. Guilford, a couple towns up, had some bamboo, and it actually started to take. So it kind of like adapted to the winters. We got, I forgot if it was 10. We got 12 stalks. And those stalks were anywhere from a foot high to about 2 or 3 feet high. And all we had was 12. And I mean, within the first couple of years, it took off and went nuts. And it's still going nuts, as you can see. This is only some of it. I mean, there's more on the other side of the fence and things. I mean, there's, and on the property line, I mean, you know, some of the guys that were doing the tracks were coming down here and taking some of it. So, I planted a weeping willow down here. So hopefully that'll take. This is a retaining wall that I put up with cylinders. I didn't have to make a retaining wall here, but I decided I just wanted to put it in because it gave us a point to work with, basically. And then I planted these here. I got to pick up some more. These were actually inexpensive. If I remember right, they were $5 a piece, something like that. So I bought like 20 of them. You know, they're scattered throughout, as you can see. But I think I'm going to pick up maybe another 20 or another 30. Because they do help with the weed control, but I got to get enough of them here because they don't spread quite as fast as I expected them to spread. So there's a little stump. I was going to take that down. I figured I'd just leave it. And there's an old wood stove and a birdhouse stuck in it. Well, that used to be a bird feeder. But when I had it laying back here, because I was going to take it apart and scrap it, next thing you know, the birds started nesting in it. So I said, well, let me just stick it in there for now. Well, you know what? It's been there for like 3 years, and they're nesting in it, and they're having a good time. And it's holding. It's way back here, so I really don't care, you know what it looks like. So, but that's it. That's this part. Now, all this yard, believe it or not, I said it once before, up to where those trees are, in the middle of the yard, actually a little bit further up than that. Yeah, way are. I forgot. Wow. The more I look at this, I keep looking at the back of the shop, but I remember now that I just added, you know, like 16, 18 feet there, so probably more, another 18 feet or so in. But all this used to look like that spot over there, all that over there. You know, we gradually, you know, tore up the old trees, dug out the roots, you know, dropped a few, and then started with a clean slate, and then we planted these Cleveland pears here. We planted, I think there was 5 of them originally. 1, 2, 3, 4, yeah, 5. This is a dwarf fruit tree that never grows fruit. But a lot of that's our fault because we don't come out here and give them fertilizers or food. We kind of just let nature do what it has to do. So, I mean, a lot of that is ours. You know, the ground can only offer so much. And that's where we're at. There's another one of these over there that I transplanted, and it's taking really nice. I'll walk you over there. And then we'll go inside. I don't want to bore you too much. That tower looks crooked, doesn't it? I keep a level out here. That tower is straight and narrow. The light pole is what makes it look crooked. Here's the boys' area over here. They run through that, around that, and then they got the tent here. There's play sand in there. Oh, I don't know, there's about 400 pounds of play sand in there. And there's a couple bags of chips. And they kind of just go in there and put it where they want it. So that'll stay there until it rots, until it actually falls apart. And then I'll take it down, throw it away. This tree almost got blown over this winter. I had to take the other one out, it died. But this one almost got blown over, and if it did, it would have died. So what I had done was I tied it in so that it wouldn't go any further. And so now I got it here, and so far the tension is not on the line. I have a line here with a little tension on it if I need it. And then I got a piece of rubber hose around the actual, the tree. This way the rope won't wear the bark. But here's that other one I was talking about. Now we're going over to the slum side of the yard. This one I moved. This was right in the middle of the yard. Got all kinds of sun. However, apparently it got too much sun, and the sand where it wasn't really that good. This here, as soon as we put it here, it started blossoming, and that little one is doing it, and this one's starting. So now I can start cleaning this up. And I got to clean all this up because the neighbor's trees knocked this all down. That's why it's a total disaster over here right now. Because the neighbor had a couple trees over here. I keep telling them, take them down. No, they fall down, they break. He offers nothing. You know, I mean, I've lost about $300 worth of material when the tree took all this down. That's why it looks like it does. You know, you think he'd say, here, you know. And it's not like he hasn't got it. So if it happens again, he's paying for it. That's all there is to it. I'm done dealing with this asshole. So these trees were about, well, I'd say a foot high. And it was like this, like a stem with a little root on it, or root, whatever you want to call it. There's our birdies. Yeah. They're kind of used to us, still walk around here and feed while we're here. And I'm going to be taking down this heat exchanger this year, and I'm going to build another one, not so big, and more efficient. So, and now I got to get this cleaned up. That's the old wheelbarrow and things, and a couple old skids. I got to get that big toolbox back over in the corner. But we're getting there. We are getting there. Summer's here. I can get this shit done. All right, guys. That's enough for this camera. And we'll see what happens.